Hi, this is Perfume Coast and welcome to my channel. This video is part 2 of rundowns dedicated to underrated perfume gems in my collection. Now, time is of the essence, so let's dive straight into the ocean of perfumes. And the first fragrance I'm going to talk about is called Renaissance by Italian house Xerjoff. And oh my goodness, I literally don't hear anyone talking about this fragrance, which is a real shame. Because to me, it's a masterpiece of all Freshies. However, let's take a look at the notes that Fragrantica is giving us. So on the top we've got Amalfi lemon, tangerine, bergamot and petitgrain. In the middle we've got mint, lily of the valley and rose. And finally in the base we've got musk, Virginia cedar, patchouli and amber. Well, let me tell you straight away that this fragrance is incredibly strong. It's a powerhouse, so much that it literally takes you 1 or 2 spritzes to last all day. So that's how strong it is. So what I'm getting straight off the bat with this one is abundance of zestiness. And this zest is coming from all the citruses that you can get, such as bergamot, mandarin, orange, you name it. So zest here is not synthetic but extremely natural, which signifies, of course, the fact that very well blended and high quality materials are used here. So also zest is mixed in with a bit of sweetness and greenness, and this greenness is probably coming from the mint and petitgrain notes that are also present here. So as the fragrance progresses, as it sits, it becomes more ambery, and what you're dealing with here is this nice choir of various notes resting on this beautiful ambery cushion. Another interesting feature of this fragrance is the role that Lily of the Valley, in my eyes, plays here. Of course, Lily of the Valley is not an unusual note for cologne-like fragrances. However, it doesn't really perform any function that's important, or it's never a main actor, while here it is. Because of the presence of this note, this fragrance is a lot floral, and that's where I'm saying that it leans slightly even feminine to me, which is unusual for a freshie. So again, zestiness, sweetness, floralness coming from Lily of the Valley and rose is a nice concoction that I'm getting from this fragrance. To me, it's overall encapsulation of classiness and luxury. Again, it's very unisex, different to many cologne-like releases. And again, due to the presence of Lily of the Valley and Rose, to me, it smells even more feminine. So it remains the whole day this powerhouse. And so this makes it quite standing out among Freshies. Also, what's unusual for a freshie, I think that this one leans more to winter, spring or autumn season, simply because in summer you can easily overpower with this fragrance, especially if you're spritzing more than twice. So that's why I find this fragrance quite unique, again, because it's winter appropriate, it's straight unisex, even feminine leaning in some ways, and it's a powerhouse as well. So I'm recommending to those of you who have never tested this fragrance to do exactly this. Please test it. You will not regret this, I think. And to those of you who are gatekeeping this fragrance, please don't, because the world should know about such masterpieces. So next up is another underrated gem in my collection, and this one is by House Molton Brown, and the name is Sunlit, Clementine and Vetiver. So what Fragrantica is giving us in terms of notes here is the following. So we have here mandarin orange, clementine and lime. In the middle we've got iris, hazelnut and fig. And in the base we've got bourbon vetiver, moss and suede. Now this one opens up with this bright and zesty clementine, but not only zesty clementine, it's a whole clementine. It's zest, it's pulp, and even twigs, I think, because it has this greenery vibe around this. So vetiver is present here, but it's by far not the main actor in here. It's more of a supporting role. supporting this Clementine concoction. So Vetiver at the very beginning and in the middle, again, is not really present as the main actor, but really grounds the scent and, provides this longevity, I think. So the presence of fig here makes this fragrance, be sitting on a sweeter side. But Clementine also never goes away. So closer to the dry down, Vetiver becomes to stand out more. In the deep dry down in combination with moss and suede, it gives you this sort of camphoric effect, and that's where many of us would find this fragrance a bit masculine leaning. However, that's not how this fragrance come across to me at all. I still find this fragrance quite feminine as well, due to the presence of fruitiness and citrusness, and suede is not necessarily masculine leaning note either. So to me, it's straight unisex. So also I need to say that Vetiver here is nothing to worry about, because it's not one of those dirty or sweaty Vetivers. Vetiver here is really juicy and sparkling even, so it's a beautiful green Vetiver rather than this dry and nasty Vetiver. So again, this fragrance is quite strong. It lasts you about 7 hours, which is good news for a freshie. So again, it has this sweetness to it, it's very well blended, and quite a special one, which can be worn across all seasons. So it's also very winter appropriate. That's why it falls perfectly to me into the category of this winter freshie. And finally, to wrap this video up, we've got the underrated release by the house Diptyque, and the name is Oyedo. And this one again is a fragrance I'm never hearing about, which is a bit of disappointment, because it's very, very unique, and I'll explain why. And I'll start with the notes, of course, as usual. So according to Fragrantica, what we have here on the top is mandarin orange, yuzu, lemon and lime. In the middle we have thyme note, and in the base we've got woody notes. Now let me tell you something about the notes here. So the notes listed on Fragrantica differ a bit from the ones listed by the brand. Specifically, Diptyque lists raspberry note, which is not listed by Fragrantica, but raspberry is exactly what I'm getting in the opening of this fragrance. So this raspberry is very sweet to me, juicy and powdery as well. However, the specifics of this fragrance is in the fact that this raspberry is wrapped up in this thyme, blanket. And that's where this raspberry stands out from other fragrances where raspberry is a forward note, because this is not one of those overly sweet candy-like smelling raspberries, but rather a more mature and sophisticated version of this profile. So in this sense, this fragrance, just because this raspberry is nicely complemented with thyme note and herbaceousness, therefore, appears to be best version of itself. So again, this fragrance to me is very unisex. Of all the three fragrances that I've been talking about earlier, this one to me is the most feminine leaning, just because again the raspberry, sweet raspberry, is quite strong here, but this herbaceousness again provides the sophistication to the note. So this one lasts again quite a bit, about 6 to 7 hours, which not all bad for a freshie again. And altogether this makes this fragrance quite a unique release. So I'm recommending to test it out for sure, because of course Diptyque is widely available both in Europe and the US. So I hope that you guys will pay attention to this underrated gem as well. And that's it, guys, for today. This wraps up my video. If you've liked this video, please like this video, please subscribe to the channel. Please provide your comments, if any. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.